Skyrim is a land defined by its ruins, crumbling keeps, abandoned towers, and ancient tombs left behind by forgotten civilizations. Yet among the many remnants of its violent history, few stand as ominously alive as Broken Tower Redoubt, a place that refuses to fade into memory. Located west of Markarth in the Reach, this towering fortress remains one of the most heavily fortified and fiercely demanded strongholds in all of Skyrim. At first glance, it appears to be another Nordic ruin, collapsed walls, overgrown stone, and the faint sound of wind echoing through the empty halls. But step closer and the illusion of decay fades. Inside, the place is not abandoned at all. It is crawling with Forsworn, the wild, defiant warriors of the Reach, who have reclaimed this fortress as their own. Broken Tower is a paradox, a ruin that is alive, a fortress that should have fallen, but never did. It stands as both a relic of Skyrim's ancient wars and a living reminder of its ongoing ones. Guarded by magic, steel, and fanatic willpower, it is the kind of place even seasoned adventurers approach with hesitation. This is the story of Broken Tower Redoubt, the most guarded fort in all of Skyrim, where stone and blood have fused together in eternal defiance. The Reach is not like the rest of Skyrim. Its red cliffs and jagged stone valleys hold memories older than the Nords themselves. It's a land of resistance, one that refuses to bow to outsiders, be they Imperial or Nordic. Broken Tower Redoubt embodies that spirit perfectly. Once a proud Nordic fortress, it was meant to guard the western approaches to Markarth. Its towers were positioned to spot intruders from miles away, its walls built thick enough to withstand siege. But as centuries passed and the power of the Empire shifted, the fort fell into ruin. When the Forsworn rose to reclaim their ancestral lands, they saw in this broken citadel an opportunity, a symbol. To the Forsworn, Broken Tower Redoubt is not merely a base, it's a sanctuary, a command post, and a testament to their undying resistance against the Nords and the Empire. From here, they launch raids, coordinate attacks. It's one of the most important nodes in their vast, hidden network of redoubts across the Reach. For outsiders, it's simply another Forsworn nest. But to those who understand its history, Broken Tower is the heart of the rebellion, the stone pulse that keeps the Forsworn dream alive. The first thing that strikes you about Broken Tower Redoubt is its structure. It does not resemble a ruin resigned to time. Despite the name Broken Tower, the fortress is remarkably intact. Its main tower still rises, casting long shadows across the crags of the Reach. The walls are scarred, yes, but they stand. The bridges remain strong. The staircases are carved with deliberate precision. This is not an accident. The Forsworn have painstakingly rebuilt the old Nordic fortifications. Using the bones of their enemies and the tools of their ancestors, they have transformed the ruins into a living citadel once more. Look closely and you'll see wooden barricades reinforcing ancient gates, spiked traps built from salvaged weapons, and Forsworn totems marking the territory. Every corridor, every room, every ledge is patrolled or trapped. The fort is designed not for beauty, but for survival. Even its position is strategic, perched high on a ridge overlooking the Karth River Valley, giving its defenders an unmatched vantage point. Any army approaching would be seen long before they reach its walls. It is, in every sense, a fortress reborn through sheer will and fanaticism. The Forsworn are not known for mercy, and Broken Tower Redoubt is one of their most brutal strongholds. Inside its walls, the atmosphere is not that of a military base. It's a cultish enclave, humming with hatred and ritual. The Forsworn who guard the fort are some of the most battle-hardened warriors in the Reach. They wield a mix of savage weaponry and primitive magic. Their bodies painted with runes and blood, their leader, often a Forsworn Briarheart, is a terrifying hybrid of man and spirit. Their hearts replaced by cursed stones through ancient druidic rituals. To reach the top of Broken Tower Redoubt, one must face wave after wave of these zealots, archers positioned on ledges, mages behind barricades, and warriors ready to charge without hesitation. Every guard in this fort is willing to die, not out of duty, but out of faith. They believe they are reclaiming their land from centuries of oppression, and that gives them strength beyond reason. It's what makes this fort more dangerous than even imperial strongholds. It's defended not by soldiers following orders, but by believers willing to die for a cause. One of the most chilling aspects of this place lies not in its defences, but in its prison. Deep within its stone chambers, past the barricades and fires, lies a cell holding imperial captives. These prisoners are not treated as soldiers of war, they are trophies, sacrifices, or tools of intimidation. Their screams echo faintly through the halls, a reminder that this is not just a military fort, it's a place of vengeance. The Forsworn use these captives as symbols of their power, proof that they can strike against the Empire and survive. Some rumours even suggest that the Forsworn perform blood rituals within the depths of the fort, offering their captives to the old gods of the Reach. Whether or not that's true, one cannot deny the sense of unease that fills the air. The smell of blood and incense, the flickering torches and the rhythmic chanting, it all adds to the fort's aura of dread. In Broken Tower Redoubt, cruelty and conviction blend until they are indistinguishable. Getting to this place is an ordeal in itself. The roads leading to it are treacherous, narrow, twisting paths that snake through rocky ravines, patrolled by wild beasts and Forsworn scouts. Even before reaching the gates, travellers are likely to be ambushed. Once inside, the true gauntlet begins. The entrance is guarded by archers perched on elevated platforms, with traps lining the approach. Step wrong and a barrage of arrows or a collapsing bridge greets you. The Forsworn have designed the fort's layout to funnel invaders into choke points, where they can be overwhelmed with minimal loss. Ascending through the fort feels like climbing through layers of history, each room filled with remnants of the old Nordic garrison, now repurposed with savage ingenuity. Ancient tables serve as altars, training areas are covered in bones, and maps of the Reach have been carved directly into the stone walls. By the time one reaches the upper tower, it's clear that Broken Tower Redoubt isn't just defended, it's alive. The entire structure seems to breathe hostility, every stone whispering of the countless bloodshed it has witnessed. From the top of this place, the view is breathtaking and terrifying at the same time. You can see for miles the peaks of the mountains, the flowing Karth River, and the distant spires of Markarth itself. For the Forsworn, this vantage point is priceless. It allows them to monitor Imperial patrols, Stormcloak movements, and any unwelcome travellers. Many raids launched against the Western Hold begin with signals from this tower. A torch lit, a horn sounded, or a raven released into the Crimson Dawn. The fort is both a fortress and a sentinel. It watches, it waits, and when the time comes, it strikes. This constant vigilance has earned its reputation among both Imperial soldiers and travellers as one of the most dangerous places in Skyrim. Even seasoned adventurers approach with caution, knowing that every inch of the tower is likely observed by a hidden Forsworn archer. For all of its savagery, Broken Tower is also a place of tragedy. The Forsworn who guard it are not monsters by birth. They are the descendants of the original Reachmen, the ancient inhabitants of the region long before the Nords arrived. They fight not out of greed, but out of desperation, to reclaim what was stolen from them generations ago. To them, Broken Tower is sacred ground. Every stone represents their ancestors' suffering. Every arrow fired from its walls is vengeance for centuries of betrayal. This context turns the fort's brutality into something more complex. It's not merely guarded by zealots, it's haunted by history. The most disturbing part of Broken Tower isn't its bloodshed, but its reason. The Forsworn guard it not just with weapons, but with memory, with rage, and sorrow. In that sense, it's not only the most guarded fort in Skyrim, It's also the most mourned.